I would like to call the meeting to order, and if everybody could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have a roll call, please?
Justin Rock.
Here.
Marianne Niesner. Here. Corinne Dudo. Here. David Glade is not here yet. Ricky Joe Hickey is going to be here soon. Molly King is absent excused. Denise Wheeler. Here.
All right. Is there any changes to the agenda this evening?
There are no changes at this time.
Do we have any changes to the consent agenda? If not, do we have a motion?
I move we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. All right, we're going to move into our public comment. This is the portion of the meeting where anybody can go up. Please state your name. You do have a 3-minute time limit, and this is on non-agenda items. So if anybody would like to step to the podium, now is the time.
If you could please sign your name to the document that's up at the podium too, if you step up.
Oh, I'm not first. Steve Vincent is first.
That's okay.
Steve?
It don't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're up there, so you're first.
Thank you. Thanks, Stacy. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good evening. Thank you, Mayor Rock, City Council members, representatives, for having us here this evening. I'm here today as a LeGrand voter and community member. I'm Dr. Paul Nauert. I teach history at Eastern Oregon University. I'm also a partner at Muddy Paws Farm, where my husband and father-in-law farm, just outside of LeGrand city limits. And I'm here to request that you all affirm our city's welcoming spirit by issuing a proclamation honoring the month of June as Pride Month this year. Such a proclamation would honor our fellow LeGrand residents, our sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, sons, daughters, parents, grandparents, friends, and neighbors who are LGBTQIA identifying, and generally, all of us who stand for equality and affirmation of all members of our community. Just as our past city proclamations, such as our annual Arbor Day proclamation, honor shared values, this proclamation would also underscore city values, such as the city's vision statement, which declares, quote, "We will showcase LeGrand as a culturally rich city with a strong sense of identity and pride," and seeks to build, quote, "our diverse community through innovation, partnerships, and relationships to capitalize on our existing strengths while seeking new opportunities." LGBTQ people are an integral part of LeGrand's diverse economy and help make our town a culturally rich city as business owners, teachers, first responders, farmers, artists, students, and much more. Proclaiming June Pride Month would certainly capitalize on these existing strengths while realizing new opportunity to highlight an integral part of our community. And we have the proclamation on hand that we can send to council members, the mayor, and city staff after the meeting if you're interested. But thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. My name is Dr. Daniel Paul Costi. I'm a professor of public policy and public administration at Eastern Oregon University. You may remember me from a couple years ago. I came in and with some students. I'm here again. So my goal at the university, what I work to do is build a network of practitioners such as yourself, students, and scholars dedicated to ethical, democratic, and competent public service. And so in that respect, I want to thank you for your service. I have, raise your hand if you're in state and local government, 314, right there, boom, boom, boom. So those fine young men and women will be going to Island City in a couple weeks here to present just like they did to we did to LeGrand, you guys, on ranked choice voting, the pros and cons of that approach. And so we're trying to keep that tradition alive of getting the students out into the quote unquote real world. On a personal note, I also would like to talk about my water bill for a second. I noticed that we switched providers for the online billing system. It asks that you add your account number or to start a new account. In that process, I didn't have access to my account number. When I did find it, it says on the bill the customer number. And so I was able to put one and one together, and after I actually got a second reminder. But I just wonder about some of our community members who may not be that digitally savvy. They may have an issue. I don't know if you could look to see if there's an uptick in delinquent billings, because there may be an issue with the communication as you went over to the new system. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Honorable Mayor, members of the council. I also would like to take a moment to recognize an important part of our community, the LGBTQIA+ community in LeGrand. As stated, includes our neighbors, colleagues, friends, and family members. Individuals who identify as LGBTQ contribute to every sector of our local community, including education, healthcare, retail, public service, armed forces. There are students and teachers, medical professionals, veterans and service members, and small businesses, employees, and owners. Like all residents, they are invested in the safety, stability, and success of our community. At our core, we share many of the same values, wanting to feel safe, to support our families, to access education, and to build a strong, connected community. Events like Pride are not just celebrations. They are opportunities to foster understanding, provide access to helpful resources, foster education, and ensure that everyone in our community feels seen, supported, and safe. Fostering a culture of respect and open dialogue strengthens the entire community. By recognizing and supporting one another, we help ensure that LeGrand remains a welcoming and resilient place for all who live and work here, and rebuilds many of the divides that have been growing between all the groups in our area. We also have the proclamation that was spoken of on hand, as stated, or we can send to any of the relevant members. And thank you from somebody who was born here for all the work that you do. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello there, and thank you for your time. Hello there, and thank you for your time in listening to me. I am here to speak on behalf of Pride and my wife's proclamation that she mentioned. I'm here to support her and the others in this community that I love. Both sides of that. My name is Terrence Campbell. I am a veteran. I went into the military to fight for that equality and to support it. Whether it is the right side or the wrong side, I don't see it as a side. I am hoping that, like me being born here and raised in this area, that community is something we are all looking for. And that's all any of us are looking for. Just to be recognized as existing, seen as part of something. Thank you for your time and for the service that you put in.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Mayor, City Council members, I, like Dr. Nauert, Brittany, and Terrence, am also here to speak on behalf of Pride and proclaiming June as a Pride Month. Like Terrence, I am also a vet. I served my country for 8 years. I also felt that those beliefs were what I signed up for. And unfortunately, we live in a time when that is not the case. People are not coming together as communities and showing that every member of the community is welcome. So that's why I'm here, again, on behalf of proclaiming June as a month of Pride. Oh, I forgot to say my name. My name is Dr. Anthony Stenson. I am a cognitive scientist up at EOU, and again, former vet, current vet. Please consider proclaiming June as a month of Pride. Thank you.
Would anybody else like to speak this evening? With that, I believe George Mendoza is going to come up and speak. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor Rock. Members of the council, my name is George Mendoza, Superintendent of LeGrand School District. I want to first start off by thanking you for the partnership that we've had with our Tiger Homes projects for the last 2.5 years. Very thankful to Mike Boquist, very thankful to Cal Carpenter for all the support that they've given to us in moving the projects forward. Again, I'm going to be asking if you're willing to waive permits as you've done in the past. This project, as you can see, is a subdivision. So we have 8 homes that we're planning to build. So we're changing the land that we purchased. We're looking to change the lot layouts and to make them into 8 lots so that they can be subdivided so that we have 8 years worth of work for the school district on lots right next to LeGrand High School. It was the Sudbrock property. We're now calling it basically Tiger Home subdivision. Not very fancy, but in those 8 lots should be about 8 years. Should be 3-bedroom, moderate income housing, 2-car garage, living room, a bonus room on top. Hopefully some space in the backyards. We're excited to start that. In the past, you've helped out with waiving permits and tap fees and hookup costs. All of that has helped us. Our first house that we built, our first townhouse that we built, we were actually upside down, about $65,000. This time we got a little bit better at building. We're not going to be upside down. But the reality is when you're buying land and you're moving dirt and you're, we'll just say, putting in the infrastructure, there's a lot of cost on top of building the facility or building the home. And so we've gotten a little bit better at that. But we still, anything that helps us to save money allows us to basically reinvest into that. As an aside, we haven't used district funds outside of the teacher, paying for our CTE teacher. We've received grants, and then we've been able to sell some land and use that land for Tiger Homes. And we're just doing our best to not use general fund dollars for the work that we do with our Tiger Home projects. We're also working to get support with electrical permits, so it's not just you that we're asking. Support with gas permits, with telecommunication hookups. So I want to be clear, it's about $15,000 per hookup that happens from the city. So when I ask you to waive that amount, that's a significant amount when you multiply that by 8 homes. So that's about $130,000. I have talked to Kyle in the past, and he made a great point to me, and he shared that, it does cost labor. It does cost some man hours. It does cost some parts and materials for them. And I shared with him at the time, well, if there's a certain amount of cost, I think it's fair if the city charges us for labor or materials. But just a standard $15,000, if it's really not $15,000, I'd like for that to be discounted or or giving us some kind of remission. And so that's the part where I think you need to think about. I do think there is a cost to the community or cost to doing these things, but waiving what you can is something that I think is important to us. We have a lot of partnerships in our school district to make this program a successful program for our students, for our community, for our families, for those residents that want to move into LeGrand. It's been a great public and private partnership for the hospital, and we want it to really be a great partnership for anybody that wishes to purchase a home in the future. You can see the subdivision that's been that we're working on, and you can also see the initial home designs that we're working on. We've also worked with Ralph Lewis to design our homes, so we're trying to do everything that we can locally. We buy most of our materials also from millers. We ask for donations from all the wood companies that are around us, so Boise Cascade, Northwood, not Northwood, I'm sorry, Wood Grain. We've been asked, we've received a variety of donations of wood products too. So it's been really good for our students. We have a lot of contractors that help us too, and they do things at discounted rates at times. So we would like for your support again. Is there any questions that you might have?
Yeah, I have one. How many
Yes.
students do you have in the program this year?
Good question. We have 2 classes. One has 10, one has 12, so 22. And then off and on, they have different students that come in and start to see what they can do. And there are classes that help with design, with AutoCAD, and also with nursery with FFA. So they also, we get more students involved. The other thing that we're going to do with I'll just say a little thing that we're thinking about with all that land, the 8 lots, there's a strong potential we're going to plant a pumpkin garden and some corn, fence it, and look to have FFA projects around agriculture there while we're slowly building that land, and it'll also keep the dirt down. We'll probably have to figure out things with deer or other, I'll just say, animals that might want to eat the pumpkins or the corn. But we're trying to get as many people involved in our school district to see what our students can do. And if you want to ever check out our Tiger homes, I'm happy to give you a tour.
Yeah, I just ran mine a lot the other day. How did the students get involved in the permitting process?
That I know of right now, we haven't involved them with that. That would be, and that would probably be having, there might have been a time where we talked to Mike about coming in or giving a presentation. I'm happy if Mike or Kyle or John, whoever might want to come and talk to our students about the process, about architecture, about design, about permits, about fees, about hookups, all of it. We're happy to do that. We do have presentations where we have carpenters come in and they present to our students about being a carpenter. Same thing for plumbers, so electricians. We get a variety of people to come in from the trades, demonstrate, model, teach, but also present the lifestyle that they have.
I have a question. Has the number increased from the very first time to this
Yes.
year? By how much?
And I think the first one was 6 to 8,
Yeah.
and the reality is 12 to 14 per class is quite a bit for a teacher to supervise with kids with hammers or with saws, or just so yeah. So the reality is having, if you're thinking, hey, we need to get 25 kids all at once and with one teacher and do a lot of good work, and we try to build it over the course of a year, and having 12 to 14 per class with Parker is a lot for Parker as it is, and making sure that they're safe in doing work is important to us. But I realize that some folks might think, well, we should have 100 kids in that program, but it wouldn't work out very well with 100 kids in that program.
But it's pretty impressive that it increased, though.
Yes.
The excitement.
And only over time. I think the sweet spot will be always in that 14, 15 range, anywhere 28 to 30 students, others helping here and there, others learning here and there. And our reality is that's a good number for what we do. And if you didn't know, part of the other time is where Parker does work to develop the next home or does work to schedule work that needs to get done with other contractors, and gets prepared for the next home and all of that. So that happens too when he's not with students.
Do they work through the summer?
No.
I didn't
No.
think so.
But what happens is students do get asked to do apprentice work with contractors. So there's plumbers that say, come and work with me this summer.
Okay.
Carpenters that say, come and work with us this summer. Concrete companies that ask our students to work with them. And our students have been doing that from time to time.
Yeah, you've had a few.
Yeah. It's been nice. It's been a really good project. So I'm asking for your support. Is there any more questions?
I'd like to contribute to the conversation a little, if that's all right, as well. So doing some of the diligence on the fact that this has been talked about before, one of the things that I've came to understand is that there's at least was a level of understanding from the staff side that this was, when it was originally approved, it was done as a one-time approval, not something that was intended to go on. For the sake of being fully transparent to the community, one of the concerns that we think we need to make sure that we're taking into consideration is that at the end of the day, this is a developer and they sell and they make profit. And so we're subsidizing that profit. There's at least risk that some people might not appreciate that. That being said, this, as you already know, I'm sure, our assessment as a staff is that this is an outstanding program and that they very much like to and want to see it being supported. Simultaneously, Mike has opened the door for us to start creating a menu of options that we can come back to the council with to say, hey, if we're going to try and incentivize development within the community, how can we make sure that this isn't just limited to this particular program, but actually incentivize construction and or development in other ways as well. So in the future, at some point in time, we'll come back and talk about that when and if that council desires. And then on top of that, we do have some ideas of what, for this particular one, that we would recommend or recommend that we do or don't do in this situation. And I'm prepared to talk about that if you want to as well.
So the profit goes back into the, does it go into the school district's general fund or it goes into this specific?
Yes.
I was on the budget.
Perfect.
School district.
Separate fund for Tiger Homes.
Yeah, so it doesn't go
No.
out of that.
Yeah, correct. One thing I would add, thank you, City Manager O'Brien. You did a housing analysis, I think 3 to 4 years ago, and whether it was moderate income housing or low income housing, moderate income is what I believe is a strategy that the city wanted to see, and I feel like we're working in alignment to that strategy. I would say again too, this does help with as a community partnership. This does help with housing production in this community. This does help with students having opportunities to learn trades and careers that are essential for LeGrand and the future of LeGrand. And it is a long-term economic investment in this community. So those are things that I just want you to consider and hopefully support. Is that good?
So you'll give us the lowdown.
Yeah, the short version of what the staff has recommended that we do is that from the planning office, all costs there be waived. Admittedly, those are small in comparison. But all of the hard costs that the city has, we don't propose waiving that. And then some of the fees associated with the different permits that are required, those are subsidized by both the city and the county. We propose that we waive only the city subsidized costs, not and leave that for the county to determine whether or not they want to offset the county.
Commissioner Scarfo, I can meet with you.
So do we need a motion on this, John, or do we need to?
Not to
Have
now, but if
this.
you would like for us to put one together, we'll
I
bring
would
it back.
like,
be
yes,
great.
I'd like
would
that,
like a
yeah.
proposal for July or August.
Okay,
Makes sense.
we'll bring it back for a proposal in July, no later than August.
Okay.
Well, I think it's important because I think what they're doing is absolutely wonderful. It gives those kids that experience, hands-on. Then, like you said, they become apprentices during the summer, some of them. I think it's a wonderful thing. And I think our school kids are different than the general public. They get ignored a lot by this different things. So I just think it's important.
I think it's important you guys know that the staff is in full support of it. It's just the hard costs are
Right.
not something that we are prepared to absorb, especially in fiscal transformation.
Right.
Yeah, and I think this plan is excellent because I had my granddaughter and grandkids came and they were bummed that their school is not doing this. Because I think trades, that's what we're lacking. It's hard for any of us to find plumbers or electric or whatever we need when we need them. There's always a big wait, and I think it's incredible.
We're one of, I think, 5 in the state that do this program. And it took us a long time to get it set up, but we're really happy that we have.
Yeah.
Well, when we first moved here in Mill Grand, they were doing it. Then they quit because they couldn't afford it.
Oh,
Yeah,
when
they-
was that?
Yeah, it was back in the late 70s.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I know where a couple of the houses are that they built.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And if you do, I mean it when I say if you would like to tour the place, let
I
me
would
know.
love to.
I would too.
You've got a tour coming up, aren't you?
We will. I think we have an open house. It's going to be June 3rd or June 4th. I'll have to see.
Okay.
But you can come then, and then also if you set it up, whether it's Mayor Rock or City Manager O'Brien, I'm happy to take you around.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you
Because I
very
would
much.
like to see what you're doing.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
All right, so at this time, we are going to move into our public hearing. The public hearing is still open for the ordinance to be read a second time by title only and considered for an adoption, and that the rules of order for the public hearing were read in their entirety during the regular session of April 1st, 2026. So with that, can we have the staff report?
Just a quick reminder in the, Mayor and Council. In the last meeting, we notified you or updated you that this particular amendment amends chapters 32, articles 1 and 4 to establish clearer and more consistent standards governing how utilities apply for licenses, construct, operate, and maintain facilities within the public right-of-way. The ordinance clarifies the city's authority to require permits, assess and collect applicable fees, and enforce compliance with established requirements. Bottom line, the city council met to consider with their request, as we stated before, on the 1st of April, which concluded with the first reading of proposed ordinance by title only. My recommendation is that we proceed forward with that initial action and do the second reading and approve. Pending your questions of me.
Any questions? At this time, I would like to invite public testimony in favor, neutral, or opposition.
Mayor and Council, Steve Vincent, representing Avista Utilities. Our local office is on South F Street in Island City. I spoke to you a month ago just to encourage your approval of the ordinance as presented. I want to acknowledge staff for including Oregon Trail Electric Co-op and Avista Utilities in the definition of existing franchise, which your council adopted for Avista in January of 2023. And that the terms and conditions of the franchise are there. Since much of the ordinance doesn't affect us until the current franchise terms out, I still went through it line by line and had ideas and recommendations for your city manager and legal counsel, just little things that I've seen in other cities that improve clarity, some I gotchas that I've seen in other municipalities that just to make your staff aware of to consider. So part of being here is to, again, acknowledge that you've included the franchise agreements for OTEC and Avista and be available for any specific questions if you want to dive deep into it. But I imagine you might not want to. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Would anybody else like to speak on this matter? Council discussion, do we need any more discussion before we have a motion?
I don't think so.
Do we have a motion?
I move that the proposed ordinance amending City Code, Chapter 32, Article 1 and Article 4, be read for the second time by title only and put to a vote and adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? At this time, could the city recorder read the proposed ordinance for the second time by title only?
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of LeGrand, Union County, Oregon, amending Chapter 32, Article 4, Utilities, referred to as the Utility Licensing Ordinance, and Chapter 32, Article 1, Section 32-3, excavations, tree maintenance, obstructions, and encroachments of the Code of Ordinances, City of LeGrand, Oregon, and declaring an effective date.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Nope. Passes. Looks like we have no unfinished business. We do have new business. Looks like we're considering resolution annexation of property at 708 South 12th Street. With that, can we have a staff report, Mike?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and Council. So this property is located on the upper end of South 12th Street. It's outside the city limits in our urban growth boundary. The property owner is seeking to connect to city services, which our ordinance requires annexation. And this is a kind of a simple application that you've seen several times in the past. If you have any specific questions, I can answer those for you, but it's pretty routine.
Looks good, Mike.
It does.
Any questions for Mike?
No.
Thank you, Mike. At this time, we would like to invite public comments on this item. None? Councilor discussion?
Looked good, everything looked in place to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's owner.
Owner requested.
Right.
Motion?
I move that the proposed resolution annexing property located at 706, or 8, excuse me, South 12th Street be read by title only, put to a vote, and passed.
I'll second.
We have an motion and a second. Anybody else? Any more discussion? At this time, could the city recorder read the proposed resolution by title only?
A resolution of the City Council of the City of LeGrand, Union County, Oregon, declaring certain territory annexed to the City of LeGrand, Union County, Oregon, specifically property at 708 South 12th Street, Township 3 South, Range 38 East, Section 17BD, Tax Lot 403, and removing said property from the LeGrand Rural Fire Protection District.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Perfect. All right. We have one more. We get to the right page. Consider discussion regarding proposed residential service line protection program. And with that, can we have the staff report?
So Brent is going to bring Mr. Lyon in. He's prepared to join us via Zoom. As far as the staff report is concerned, I think most all of you would recall that on the 20th of April, we had a work session that was intended for them to bring, offer the service line insurance to the community. Part of their request is that they be able to utilize our logo on that, and the city does in fact, when they sell policies to people, ends up making some money off of that event. There's no upfront cost to the city to do it. They're seeking permission to be able to go out into the community and do it, and they'll do all the management. There's no administrative burden to us other than if and when something should be sold, the processing of potential funds that are in there. I think you guys had some great discussion in regards to the work session, but there were some questions that were unable to be answered that evening. As a result of that, it was requested that we set this opportunity up. And Mr. Lyon will be joining with us here in Zoom. And then I think, I'm not sure if Kyle's in the room, but I think he might have had some things to contribute to the conversation as well.
He's here.
Yeah.
Okay. Dennis, can you hear us?
Oh, wait.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So just so you know that when he's on, your mics are turned off, so there might be a little, like, slight pause in between on things. Dennis, do you have anything you want to open up with and share with the council?
Yeah, I would just like to say that I appreciated the opportunity to discuss the program and answer some questions at the work session. And I apologize. I don't know if it's coming through, but I'm having some Zoom errors on my end. But I appreciated the feedback that I got, the questions that I received, and so on. And I'm looking forward to the continued discussion. And hopefully, we have the opportunity to help out the city and residents of LeGrand.
Well, I believe there are some questions that you might have had and wanted to ask and get clarity on before making a decision as to whether or not you wanted us to, in fact, endorse their movement.
I think the big questions were more for Kyle, is that correct?
I wasn't at the meeting.
Mr. Mayor, councilors, I'm ready. Whatever questions you got, I'll see what I can come up with.
I wonder if we should summarize for
we
the
do.
public that's here and watching,
And for me, I wasn't. I was
On
not able to
what the
attend
program is?
what the program is, 'cause we all know, but it sounds.
Okay, I'll try my best. I missed the work session. So, from my understanding, the program is HomeServe, which is an outside third-party agency, will offer insurance policies to homeowners. They'll utilize our logo and send out twice a year offers for homeowners to sign up for insurance policies which have a monthly payment due. If there are issues with what I understand the water and sewer service lines, the citizen will contact them. HomeServe, those offering the insurance policy, they will mediate someone to come and fix it. And we're kind of, I would say, out of the loop. We're really not charged to administer those processes. I've always seen the city's job is we're trying to make those processes as cheap and easy and navigable as possible for our citizens. So that's kind of what the program comes from.
So their insurance actually takes care of the citizen side, not the city side. Is that correct?
That might be a Steve question. I'm not sure exactly where it's
correct.
That is correct. That is what
That's what I understood.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Work session is, so
Yeah.
basically what they're trying to do is give you insurance, so the side that they're responsible for is what the insurance will cover, because of course it's not cheap to repair a main line or something that's going to the house that's not the city's side.
Yeah, and so under the City of LeGrand's ordinance, the citizen is responsible from the main line to their home. So that also includes a section that's under the street. Those are the pieces of the whole dynamic that I'm not fully aware of. What's covered by your homeowner's policy if you have one as a homeowner? Existing, you may have some coverage. Will that homeowner's policy cover out into the street? I can't tell you. That's up to the homeowner's policy. And maybe Mr. Lyons can answer if their policy would cover underneath the city street of a main if it is under our ordinances the jurisdiction of the citizen.
So in our study session, he did say basically it would cover from the line to the house. And that's what the purpose of the insurance is. Also, he pointed out that why he wanted to use our city logo is to let residents know that this wasn't a con. This was something that was legitimate, because a lot of homeowners can get ripped off with certain things, and that's the reason why behind the logo of our city.
Certainly. I mean, I will speak from my position, this is my opinion, is if something goes wrong, I know they will call me because my city logo and contact information is widely available and I'm easy to be reached. So my concern generally with lending out our likeness to others comes from down the road. I fear I will end up getting the phone calls and having to, steer them away, which is not something I have to do now. When I get a phone call, I can assist. So in a way, it takes me out of the loop of the location.
But sometimes you have to tell them that they're not covered. They have to pay for it. So you get that call.
Pretty much every time now.
You get that call all the time. You get that call anyway.
Correct.
Okay.
One of his highlights or points was it takes some of the load off of our staff too, because they're they're dealing with, the homeowner is dealing with this insurance company. And I think one of my questions, well, how often does this happen?
Sure.
And how often does this happen every year in the city? You weren't there to answer it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't because I had to look it up. So over the last 5 years, we've averaged about 20 taps. So when I reference a tap, that's where the city is hired to come in and replace the line from the main line to the property line. A year.
Wow.
On the private side, so we are not licensed plumbers. We're not allowed to work on private property. We can only work in the right of way. On the private side, I contacted Joe over in the building department who pulled the permits, and he pulled in 2025, there were 6 filed repair or replacements on private property for a service line on water and sewer. So that's a total of 26 total incidences a year, roughly.
It's not infrequent.
It's less than 1% of what we have here in the city of actual occurrences.
I mean, would he have to have gotten the permission from the city, or does he just want to be able to tag into the city?
I think the way that the program is structured, that generally they don't like to come into the city unless the city is on board. That's my understanding.
Okay, okay.
So I don't know that it's something that they would come in and offer this service unless the city was on board.
Kyle, can you remind me how long the agreement the agreement would be with them? Was it 3 years?
I think the preliminary is 3-year agreement that they're proposing.
Thank you.
And that seems reasonable to see how satisfied people are and cut it if it's not working.
Yeah, I mean, I as I said, I have my personal preferences and my opinions on it, but I can't say what the opinions of the general public is and how much value they find it in that program. So I'm very prideful on my department. I think that we work very hard to keep our costs down for our citizen and take out middlemen. And at 26 instances, that's 2 a month where we're going out and helping either coordinate, offering up the local contractors who can assist with the private side work, or completing the work ourselves for a cheaper cost than a private contractor
This
can.
is also optional, so no one has to buy this insurance.
Correct.
So would this repair, several years ago, 10 years ago, right after we blacktopped our driveway, of course, is when our pipe broke in there. So this is what it's covering. They would come in and they would pay for the repair.
That is my
To a
understanding.
certain amount, though.
To a certain amount.
They have a cap, I believe, on it.
I think they do have a cap,
Okay.
but that is the instance that they.
Okay, because we had to have that part cut up and then the plumber come.
Yep.
And, yeah.
The citizen would call them, they would
Yeah.
arrange for the
Okay.
contractor to show
Oh,
up.
they
would fix
arrange
it.
for the contract?
And they use local. They said they
Okay,
use
okay.
local people.
Correct.
Okay. Well, if people want to vote, if they want to buy it, they can buy it. If they don't,
Yeah.
I guess it depends on if we want our name attached to it.
That's the main
That's the
reason why
main
we're
thing, yeah.
discussing it tonight.
I guess I don't see a reason if people, it's their choice.
It is.
All right. No further questions?
Any more questions for Kyle? Thank you, Kyle.
So from my perspective, if you don't mind me contributing to the conversation, this is one of many things that I think the council's going to hear from over time from us, because we're trying to generate additional ways for the city to generate revenue that is not imposed on people, but they have the ability to opt into or opt out of. But one way or another gives us a chance, many chances. This is one of many to try and generate some additional revenue that eases the potential future tax increases. Yeah, that's all I had.
And I think that would be a fairly small bit of revenue.
It would. That's why it's going to be.
Bucket.
Yeah, if you
Everybody
remember
helps.
a month or so ago, we also had conversation about conduits and what we were working with in regards to the local title companies and them being able to produce a level of income. That wasn't something that was a windfall for us either. But if we get a lot of those small dollar amounts coming in, that's better than nothing coming in. So.
Because you get 10% of the revenue from this.
I don't remember the exact.
Well, that's what it says in our minutes
Yeah.
here.
Okay, then-
Everything here, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, John. At this time, I will invite public comments.
My name's John Lackey. I've been in the insurance business for 43 years. There are insurance agencies that have this product available without bringing in outside firms. The amount of revenue that we would get from having this would not offset our cost to administer whatever part of it we have, just including taking a check to the bank for our feedback. One of the questions I have is for a insurance commissioner. If a brochure goes out selling an insurance and we have our logo on it, that's an endorsement of the product, and that's the intent of that. But we are not licensed insurance people. We do not have staff online other than the actual work being done by, whether you have the insurance or not, by people locally. That's great. But I just can't see an economic benefit to us doing this thing. If we only had 6 people who had this problem, what would be the cost of our total administration overseeing that they do their work right, that they have licensed and bonded contractors, that the work is warranted? There's a whole lot of things that we are, by endorsement or by recognition, endorsing this company, and we don't know really anything about it other than the presentation, which is a good presentation. But I really would be very surprised. I think we're offering ourselves open to a lot of administrative license selling. We're not in the insurance business. If we don't have enough time to do what we already have on our plate, I don't see what the benefit, net benefit, economic or personnel benefit would be to the city to take on this insurance. Thank
I
you.
have a question. You're the expert. Do we have local insurance agents that would offer a product like this?
Yes.
Which one? Because I know mine doesn't.
I can't name them all.
Okay.
I don't know every company that every agency has.
Okay.
But I know there's about 3 of them for sure that do have a like product. It may not be the exact same. Their cost was $3 for the city water and $7 for the sewer, the insurance rate, the premium for the policy.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So it's not a high cost, but
Yeah, it was pretty close.
What was his?
without having a
3 for one and 7 for the
written detail of the products and what they do and the insurance agreement. Is there a deductible? Is there co-insurance? You know, it just goes on and on and on. And I don't think, respectfully of you folks, that we have anybody here qualified to really take on something like this. Again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lackey.
I'm not a citizen, but staff. I just want to speak on this a little bit. I didn't even really know about this until the work session, and I just looked over it very quickly. And my very first concern is the logo that's going out to all citizens of the city of LeGrand. We are the first contact generally, and Kyle, to field these calls, and I have a feeling we are going to be overwhelmed by that. So my biggest concern is our logo going on that. We already field tons of calls as it is. It's going to be an overload, and all we're going to end up saying is, we can't help you because we don't know what the insurance. And I know when we can't help a customer on the phone, they get angry with us. So that's my biggest concern. Yeah, anyways, I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, because his pitch would take calls off of our city staff, but
I have a feeling we will get increased calls, to be honest with you. The only time we get calls in our office is if we've noticed a leak, a high consumption and a water bill. And we walk them through that anyways. That's our job, I mean, to walk them through that. So our city logo going out, generally, our 1313 number is the general number to the city of LeGrand, which is our office. So just my big concern.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Vivian Young. I lived here in LeGrand. I've had the fun of flooding in my basement and had to deal with homeowners insurance. And I don't think it's a good idea to have the city logo on some kind of policy that we don't really know anything about, it sounds like. We're not going to handle it, as John was saying. When I called my insurance company, I expected them to replace the carpet, to take care of things for me. And they replaced part of the carpet, but not enough. It was only a certain amount. I can just see so many people getting angry about this. I don't think they'd be happy about it. And I don't think it's a good idea to have our city logo presenting it as something that the city endorses. I would disagree with taking on this. I am, maybe I'm biased in not believing what I'm told by someone who's trying to sell me something, and that's what this feels like.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to?
I'm Jean Williamson. I live here, and I'm just curious about, have you done a background check on him? Have you seen any references?
We did, through our work session, we did.
And so you are certain that he's a good person?
Yes,
He gave us a whole list of cities that they have contracts with that we can talk to.
Okay. I own Evermind Labels, and I own the press room, and it's a big concern when you hire somebody. You just have to be really, really careful. And we've hired people that we think are just terrific, and then all of a sudden they're not so great. And so to bring a person on that is representing you, you just have to be absolutely positive that they're going to be really good. And that's all I want to say is just be really careful if you're going to do this, that that person is going to do a terrific job. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not trying to say that I'm endorsing specifically or trying to influence the thought process, but just for your awareness, we came into the information through the League of Oregon Cities, so they're a supported organization through the League of Oregon Cities as well. They're not just a random door knocker that came to us and asked to be able to speak about this.
Any more comments from the public? Councilor discussion?
I'm really not in favor of this because I agree with what they're saying. We're separating one person, one company with our name. We're not doing it for the other insurance companies here in town.
Right.
And that bothers me.
Yeah,
Because
if
we're
it wasn't-
endorsing it.
If it wasn't offered here,
By
and it
anybody.
was something
Yeah.
that could be beneficial, I would
Right.
support that. But since it's offered here,
I agree.
we'll just need to know that that it's something that they might want.
Right. And it seems like we're picking one company instead of letting them pick who they want. If the company wants to come without our endorsement, that's fine. They'd just be another company. But I don't want to endorse them. I don't think we make enough money on this either at 10%. So,
there's no motion or anything
I
like
know.
that. Basically, what we need to know, without making a motion, is where the council agrees or disagrees, wants to move forward with this, or we say no and we keep moving on our meeting and move on and get it done.
I think it's a great idea, and I think we should discuss it even further. I don't know that we should be making a decision next month, because while I hear what has been shared out here, I also feel like if those companies here in LeGrand wanted to be endorsed, they could also come to us right? And I hear that they might get phone calls, but we also have answering machines that can say, if you are calling for XYZ, then please consider hanging up and calling the next line. So I don't think we have enough information to say, yes, let's prepare an agreement right now, but I think we have enough information to really get into the nitty and gritty if we really think this is something that could benefit a larger portion of the population because of all the old homes and pipes that we have in the city.
I also think the whole council needs to vote on this. And I think giving it another month, because I don't know of any other, I mean, my property, I'm just speaking for myself, sits kind of far away from the main line. And I know it will cost me a pretty penny, and my house is old. So I would like to have time to check and see if anybody locally as well. I do like the idea of having insurance because that's a lot of money out of pocket. But like John said, if somebody around here does it, I think that's cool. But I also think we get 10% over the year policy and so forth. So I also agree with any money that we can add to our budget would help us. So, yeah, there's a lot of variables.
Well, one thing
here.
to look at, I mean, it's only going to be a $20 policy, so you're looking at $2 per household.
Well,
And
he said,
$2 on our budget that we spend is,
yeah, but he said it's a month, so
I understand
it adds up.
but to put more time into it, I mean, I'm actually with Denise. I don't think putting the city logo out, plus hearing from the staff not wanting to do it, so I kind of suggest to let it go and not do anything with it. But
I don't want to make more work for our staff.
no, I don't either. For what we're going to get, it's not feasible, I don't think.
But I wonder if we should,
Wait for the whole council.
yes.
I think we need to.
I'm good with that.
Very
We're
well.
back next month if that works for you.
Yeah,
That work?
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I know that Councilor King has expressed to me today to convey to you that she was in high support of it. So I think it would be good to have more conversation.
Yeah.
But she,
Very well.
she didn't hear some of the things that we heard tonight, too.
Yeah,
so.
agreed.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
And I don't think Counselor Glabe was at the work session.
He wasn't either, so, yeah.
Okay.
So, no, okay.
Well, I suggest we move on, and our next item would be Union County updates. Good evening, Commissioner.
Good evening, Mayor and Councilors. So I'll make this brief. We're in budget season.
We know.
What? You guys aren't doing a budget this year? So anyway, the county budget will be my 9th budget with the county. It will be the 19th and the 20th. There's something else going on the 19th. Oh, Election Day. So while my opponents will be celebrating with their friends and family, I will be in 4.5 hours of budget with the county. So can someone text me who won? That'd be great. So the 19th and 20th, if you'd like to come, 4 to 8:30, both nights. And update on the fairgrounds. It looks horrible. It's supposed to.
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way.
It's all tore up. It's awesome. Super excited. One good thing that we decided to do, the Fair Board decided to do, which is going to be fantastic, yeah, I love it, is all of our power lines, power poles, it's all going underground.
Oh.
Since we're digging trenches and doing that anyway, why not? I thought it was a fantastic idea. OTEC was out there yesterday, and I think they get it done by Wednesday. So no more of those rickety poles that have been there for 100 years. All the overhead stuff's going to be gone. We're going to put some lamp posts in. I think that's going to be awesome. So super excited.
Will it be done by?
Yes, it'll be done by fair.
Okay.
There's a wedding June 27th out there. I don't know whose wedding it is, but they're going to get it done before then.
Okay.
I'm like, who's this? That's saying, hey, Mike, getting married out here. Let's get it done. But yeah, super excited. Questions? When's your guys' budget meetings?
Next week,
Okay. When? What day?
the 11th.
Tuesday.
Wait, okay, whoa. John.
Monday and Tuesday.
Monday, okay. Monday, Tuesday.
Or Wednesday.
When to when?
Starting at 6.
6
Yeah.
p.m., okay. Thank you very much.
At the library.
Yeah, I'm sorry, over at the library.
All right, I'll try to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. Staff comments. Do we have any staff that would like to make any comments this evening? I see a few of you on the very back.
They're hiding. Oh.
Hello again, Kyle.
Stu's not here, so I'll fill the role there. I've got 3. We started some development up on the hill.
So the Ridge Phase 2 is underway. We're installing all the utilities, so they're working on sewer, water, storm sewer. Hope to be out of there in about a month and a half. And then we'll be moving down right after graduation and tearing up the road at 2nd Street in front of the high school. So just to get the word out there early, there's going to be a lot of closures between K and H. We're going to try and leave either K or H open because we did determine last time having one or the other open really opens up the hospital for getting around.
Right.
So that right now is projected to start mid-June and have it done before school starts. We're running into a few problems with water pipes, so that might be delayed a little bit, but we're got our fingers crossed.
Supply, getting them in.
Yeah, 18-inch steel fully gauged pipe is hard to come by, so we're working on it though.
When you work on that section, are you going to put little side things off for the Tiger homes, or does that?
We already put a sidewalk in there with the ARPA funds last year, but we are
Great.
going to add some ramps in a few areas, and we're going to be replacing some of that sidewalk and adding some new sidewalks.
Yeah, because I saw some of the sidewalk is.
Yeah, I think the only sidewalk that's really going to stick around is the one by the high school. That's a lot of sidewalk, so we're going to try and save some money and just leave it where it's at. So there's a couple of sections that need repair, but there'll be some good flat work done for that project.
And that's going from K to.
K to H, so we'll
So
get.
just the school block.
Yep.
This year.
Correct. And then the last one, I got notified by Elkhorn Media Group that we got a grant from FEMA to replace the 18th Street Bridge. I haven't actually heard from FEMA yet that we got the grant, but I was on the weekend and they announced that we had got it. It was a really great way to find out that we got it. So it's about a $600,000 grant. We'll redo the sewer in the area because currently, a lot of people don't know, the sewer pipe goes actually through the deck of the bridge. So if it ever flooded and ripped the bridge out, we would just push sewage down Geckler Slough. So we're going to drop the sewer line below the bridge, replace it with a newer, larger structure that will lessen the flood impacts. It's actually one of FEMA's programs, which is Flood Mitigation Assistance Program. So really good program and pretty excited. So we're hoping to get to that this fall.
And you
That's
really
it.
haven't gotten official.
No. Yeah, no email, nothing. I mean, they kind of gave the preliminary, as soon as the money comes through, we think you're good, but nothing. Somehow they announced it over on the other side of the state, and Elkhorn Media picked it up, so. Yeah, good surprise. So unless you have questions, that's all I've got.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
I don't get up here very often, but I know we had a citizen talk about the new payment program software. Yes, it has been a challenge, but I do want everybody to know there was a radio ad. It was in two bills. There was a February bill announcement, and then there was a March bill flyer. And emails went out to everybody. We are being very lenient about any late fees. If anybody accrues any, we will actually waive those. And we're helping citizens work through it and creating an account and express bill pay. So if you hear any complaints, we're really trying to work with customers to get on there. I know it's been challenging and can be painful, but in the end, it's a good move.
Thank you, Heather.
There you go.
Good evening, Chief.
Good evening. Not to be outdone by Kyle, but we also received a grant. And it was out on the Oregon State Fire Marshal's website before. I had to check to make sure we got it through the website. So we received our upstaffing grant for this year, and those will be great dollars to be able to upstaff during this difficult, maybe fire season. So pretty excited to have that. It helps us every year, and OSFM's been pretty good about doing that. So just thought you should know that. And we heard about it over social media too. So.
Well, one good thing, Chief, that both your fire trucks for the outer areas are up and running, aren't they?
Yeah,
Both
we
the
have
Dodgers.
two. You guys, Chief Cornford did all that, and we have two wildland rigs. We're going to try to, assist where we can. Maybe, do some staffing for, you know, anything we can maybe bring in some revenue, using one of those. And so, those are all in the works coming up. So, we're getting ready to do that. And,
So you could charge an entity to,
yeah, we, you know, with, we could.
if it's on federal land, you
Yeah,
charge the
yeah,
feds or-
exactly. Conflagrations through OSFM are one of the ways. It's just, you know, how do we do it? And so that's
Well,
gonna
the
be
good thing with, as dry as it's going to be this year, is that our fire department is prepared to
Yep, and we're
keep us safe.
doing our training. We're getting our training done right now, getting our guys trained up and brushing up on things. So, yeah, we're excited for the wildland season, and it helps our guys get some morale too, you know, with do something a little different every once in a while. So we're gonna try it, see how it happens, see what happens. So with those two brush rigs, we can do it. So.
How far would, if a fire happened, how far would our employees travel?
We could do, you know, with conflags, we go all over the state. We've had in the past, it's been a while, but we've went to California twice.
Okay, so you would be one that would go.
Yeah, we'd just be part of a task force that would help people around the state. And one thing we need to remember too is those people come help us. You know, so if we can help in any way, brings in a little bit of revenue, gets our guys doing something different. We use our piece of equipment, has our name on it, our logo, to help folks. So, yeah, it's in the unknown with the fire season this year. It's pretty dry, and so.
If we do get called out, do we get our costs met?
Yes, through the state, OSFM.
So if we go, you know, wherever, to Bend,
Yeah, exactly.
we won't be out,
No,
our costs will be met.
any of this, you know, at least break even or make some money.
I've been looking at a budget for the last week and a half, so.
Right.
My mind is
Yeah,
looking
me
at.
too. So, yeah, it's something that you know, we're gonna try doing. I've been talking to the guys, we get a policy going and see what we can do to help out there, so, yeah, good question.
Thanks, Chief.
Yep. Thank you.
Any other staff?
That's cool.
Councilor discussion? Oh, wait, sorry. I almost jumped over you, Joe. City manager comments, please. Sorry.
Nothing to update. Other than we're excitedly anticipating the budget hearings next week. This should be an interesting go-around. I think you guys are seeing that our roundtable efforts are amping up. We've had several successful Streets and Road Edition, continuing the conversation versions that I think are yielding fruit. I feel like the temperature in regards to the topic is dropping because the education is getting, at least from the ones that are getting engaged and getting involved. So it feels like, and we'll have multiple more of those that will occur between now and August. And then some other topics that we're looking at near term includes the next generation, talking to people in the community in regards to what the future will look like for the young people of our city today. As well as some other key topics. We're planning one for budget to help educate the community as well. Date and time for that to be determined. The police department has one else also for public safety that we're doing in August. So by and large, it feels like the roundtables are a very successful effort. The feedback that we get on the community town halls is very positive as well. So lots of good stuff going on. And then we have our executive session today. I'll give you guys an update in regards to where we're at with the collective bargaining season.
Perfect.
So are you having good attendance at all of them?
Yeah, the numbers have gone up significantly at each of the town halls, both online and what we're seeing in person. And then as far as the continuing the conversation of streets and roads, the first one was a pretty large number. The second two had the same number of people in attendance, about 11. The way I see it is they're becoming ambassadors in regards to helping us spread the information out. So I'd be lying to say that it's not a significant lift for us to do it. But I feel like the community deserves us putting the effort in, and so I'd argue it's worth the
Well, I
value.
certainly have heard a lot of comments, and people are really appreciative of the fact that you're out there giving them information.
Kyle's the one that makes us look good, so.
Oh, is he? Okay. They didn't mention him, though.
All right, my bad. But thank you.
Thank you, John. All right, city council comments. Any counselor comments? Information?
A week and a half ago, city did Arbor Day tree planting, and that was the biggest turnout that I have seen. There were probably 30 people, including I don't know, she was like 8 months old. And we planted 31 trees, and it was pretty nice. And I think they did a lot of education. They did third or fourth graders, had them all out. All the Urban Forestry Committee was exhausted after that Friday with the kids and then Saturday. But it looks nice. The trees looked good. It was fun. And the weather was good. So that's always a bonus.
I don't have anything.
Union County Chamber has now updated their activities for the month. They have been doing it weekly. They are now going to do it monthly and so forth. And so we were able to work on that, and everything should be updated. If there's some activity that is not there, they encourage you to contact them so they could put it on their calendar so everybody could kind of know what's going on in our community.
That's on the Chamber's
website, Facebook page and website.
Nobody else has anything? I do have one. City of LeGrand Proclamation Poppy Month, May 2026, and Poppy Days, which is May 14th, 15th, 16th, and 22nd, 2026. Myself being a veteran, I am very supportive of Poppy Month. I'm just going to run through it. Therefore, I, Justin B. Rock, Mayor of the City of LeGrand, Union County, Oregon, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 as Poppy Month, and May 14th, 15th, 16th as Poppy Days, and May 22nd as National Poppy Day in our city, and urge all citizens to join with me in wearing the memorial poppy, as together we remember the sacrifices of so many in defense of our freedom. And with that, I have one more thing to read. We are going to adjourn the council into an executive session. The council will not come out, but the urban renewal will. With that, the City of LeGrand City Council will meet in an executive session pursuant to ORS 192-660 to speak. This executive session has been scheduled to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to carry on labor negotiations. Pursuant to ORS 192-6604, representatives of the news media shall not be allowed to attend this executive session related to labor negotiations. And with that, the city is going to close the meeting. We will return, though, as here shortly. You are, Brent. I would like to call to order, and could we please have a roll call, please?
Justin Rock,
Here.
Marianne Miesner, Corinne Dudo,
Here.
David Glabe,
Here.
Ricky Joe Hickey,
Here.
Molly King is absent, excused, Denise Wheeler.
Here.
Is there any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes tonight.
Any changes to the consent agenda? Do we have a motion?
I move we accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second if you need one.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, this is our, part of the meeting is for public comment, and so any non-agenda items, now is the time. Still a 3-minute limit, and would anybody like to make any comments?
I think they're all with us.
Perfect, thank you. All right, we'll move into public hearings. I see none. Unfinished business, none. New business. Receiving LeGrand Main Street Downtown Annual Report. Let me find where I'm at. I'm going past where I'm at.
Doing the slides are, okay, we have them on here, but. Okay.
May we have the staff report, please, sir? Back there.
I'm sorry.
Let John talk.
Is that you, John, or?
Where's he's?
Just give us a sec. Sorry.
I went too quick.
So I'll be just very quick. This is actually part of the annual budget process. Because the LeGrand Main Street program is funded in part through urban renewal, we typically every year have an annual report as part of the budgeting process where you can kind of report out what they've been working on over the last year. Currently, historically, the urban renewal has funded $25,000 for Main Street. Last year, we increased that fund to $40,000 for the first time, I think, in the entire lifespan of the MOA. So they are currently operating in completing the first year of a 3-year MOA. So at this point, our recommendation in the budget that has been put together and will be presented next week is to continue funding the $40,000 as part of that MOA. So we're not recommending any changes in the funding. And with that, I think we just are here tonight to hear an update on the work that Main Street's been doing. And I believe Kat is presenting tonight, is that correct? Yes. Okay, so are there any other staff questions before I turn over to Kat?
All right. Good evening, Mayor, council members, and community partners. My name is Carolyn Dooley, and I'm here representing LeGrand Main Street Downtown. Thank you for your time tonight. I'm here to share the impact we've made in 2025 and where we are headed next. Who we are. LeGrand Main Street serves as a key implementation partner for the city and the Urban Renewal Agency. We help bring the city's economic development plan and fiscal transformation initiative to life. Simply put, we are the boots on the ground, turning strategy into action. Impact and return on investment. Since we're reviewing the 2025 with the $32,000 in URA funding, we generated over $400,000 in direct project funding. Approximately $3.5 million in private investment. Projects in development, train depot revitalization, press room redevelopment, facade improvement projects, over $600,000 in revitalization funding managed. Business growth and occupancy, net business growth of +5, 94% ground floor occupancy, 80% upper floor occupancy with redevelopment opportunity. Community engagement, 10,000 plus annual attendees. Vendor participation increased 30 to 35%. Strong turnout at Crazy Days, Holiday Parade, and our Safe Trick or Treat. Organizational reality, we have 1 part-time staff member, 6,000 plus volunteer hours, 11 board members, 6 of which are new this year. Challenges, executive director recruitment and retention, limited funding, reliance on volunteers, increasing project complexity. Looking ahead, expand membership and sponsorships, pursue additional grant funding, prepare a URA sunset, Art Alley project, lighting improvements, and facade enhancements. Our support request, strategic guidance from the city and URA, organizational development support. LeGrand Main Street is delivering meaningful results for downtown LeGrand, both economically and within our community. We've demonstrated what's possible with very limited resources. With the right support, we can do even more. The progress we've made in 4 short months has been remarkable. We've updated our website, we've updated marketing materials, and are holding monthly neighborhood meetings at the press room on a Monday of every month. And those are gaining traction pretty significantly. Thank you for your time and continued partnership.
Any questions? Does any of the council have questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
work.
We have like the whole slideshow with all the,
Yeah.
all the data, which I like.
Is there any public comments?
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
I have to read it. So. With that, we will move into agency discussion.
They do a lot of leveraging and do a lot of community events that are well attended. Makes it a community.
I agree.
Although I never go to the ball drop because it's too cold, sorry.
Hey, but
Can't
every
do it.
year it's getting warmer there.
I was gonna say, I like it.
True, and I'm usually in bed by 9, so. I know, but that's way past my bedtime too, so. But I hear it's great.
So, with that, there's no motion or anything. It was just mainly for them to come and present their information. All right, I've lost my paper now.
If you have any thoughts or any concerns in regards to the different challenges that are.
Any questions, comments?
I feel like we're kept abreast pretty well all year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
You guys do a good job keeping us informed.
And I like it that a lot of these are annual events, and so people know about them, they're expecting them and everything. It's pretty cool.
Thank you for your presentation and your time. We appreciate that. District manager comments.
I think you're tracking and aware that we've made some minor adjustments within the team and the way that we're operating with some of the goals that Timothy and I have established for him going into the next fiscal year. We've realigned my involvement to be more deliberate with Main Street, and I personally feel like our partnership's amazing. And I'm excited, not that it wasn't before. Timothy's given me a great handoff. He's still going to be playing a support role, but when it comes right down to it, I feel like they're positioned to take what they've done already great, and over the next year or so, you're going to see even more greatness and benefit to the community. So you've got a great Main Street team. I'm excited about them. That's all I have.
Perfect. Agency member comments.
Since I'm part of it, I'm not making any comments.
That would be wise. No, we're actually on to all agency comments, not just for what we're talking. But that is wise. Thank you. Any more comments? With that, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks for waiting.